What's up, gamers? This is That PlayStation Gamer. Well. Today, we're going to be talking about Xbox's 2022 and how much they really pulled off this year. Because, man, oh man, Microsoft, they did so much. So, earlier in the year, they announced that they were going to be purchasing Activision Blizzard. That's about it. I seriously cannot believe that Microsoft, one of the biggest companies in the world, one of the wealthiest companies in the world, for some reason this year they were just like, yeah, we don't got a lot going for us, so wait till E3. And like, literally, we had to wait till like the E3 time to finally get some news from Xbox. And even then, it's like, hey, all those games you're excited for, State of Decay 3, Hellblade 2. Yeah, I noticed that, by the way. Hellblade 2 was nowhere near their fucking press conference. Well, too bad. You're going to keep waiting for those games. And I know the waiting games, you know, kind of a dead meme at this point. That's what Xbox players play the most, is the waiting game. But it's like, good lord, at least fucking Sony and Nintendo actually have games coming out. And Microsoft is just sitting there going, let's just buy a big company and then we could just run off that for the rest of the year. And don't get me wrong, them buying Activision Blizzard is huge. It's the biggest fucking move I've seen. That's some big dick, big ball energy move. Take one of the most successful franchises in the gaming industry, Call of Duty, and potentially make it exclusive to one platform. Now, obviously, I do think they're going to put Call of Duty still on PC. But as far as PlayStation, Nintendo, well, I guess you really couldn't count Nintendo because, you know, Nintendo's not part of Call of Duty. Like, seriously, when was the last Call of Duty you played on a Nintendo console? Probably, goddamn, well, I know there was a couple for Wii U, but that was about it. I think Black Ops 2 came there once, and that's it. It's like, I can see them doing that, but it's like, that'd be stupid. Basically, and here's some news that actually did break a little earlier this week. Basically, it sounds like Microsoft threw a deal towards Sony. Hey, you're putting up a fight about this whole damn thing. So you know what? We'll give you guys a 10-year extension on having Call of Duty on your platform, the PlayStation, for like no cost, basically. For at least what I heard, it sounds like. And Sony's like, no, you can't do that. You can't take Call of Duty. Like, PlayStation is so proud of their games, but yet they're putting up this fucking childish fight. Just straight up childish fucking fight for a fucking game franchise that they actually have to pay to get some fucking modes and exclusive content just so they could brag about it. But meanwhile, they make some of the best fucking games out there, like God of War fucking Ragnarok, and they just... It was so weird. Like this, I know I just kind of went on a tangent about PlayStation, but it's like, because Microsoft did nothing else. They did nothing else. They announced they were going to purchase Activision Blizzard. They had an E3 show, which was, it was okay. Wasn't like anything groundbreaking. It was like, oh yeah, most of the stuff we already knew about. We got to see Starfield. I am questionable about Starfield, to say at least. But it's like, after that, what did they do? Well, I can tell you one thing they did. They murdered Halo this year. I know this is kind of, you know, going to a bit of a tangent about Halo, but fuck it. Microsoft owns Halo. I could talk about Halo Infinite and the fucking disaster this game has become. I know some people will say, the winter update fixed things. Cool. They fixed things that should have been fixed from the day the game was released. Seriously, they actually have to beta test Match XP. Post-game Match XP. You know the thing that every fucking video game does when it comes to a multiplayer fucking mode? PUBG, Fortnite, freaking Call of Duty Warzone, all these games have post-match game XP. For whatever reason, Halo Infinite didn't have it. But then, a lot of most they did promise, stuff they promised throughout the year, guess what? They just end up saying, fuck it, we're not doing it. Most famously, split screen co-op. We now live in an era where we have two Halo games that don't have split screen co-op, but one was deliberately promised to us to have split screen co-op, and of course they lied. They just lied through their fucking teeth. And then of course they lose their freaking studio executive, the manager, whatever the fuck Barney Ross's position was. So basically, now the company is trying to restructure itself. There's even a rumor of them trying to switch engines now because the Slipspace engine is such a fucking disaster to work with. Halo is a prime example of why I worry about the future for Xbox's franchises. Because while Xbox has good franchises, and they certainly can make good games at times, I will admit, Halo Infinite is a good game. The problem is, Halo Infinite also has terrible post-launch content. We just now got Forge in this winter update. Why was this not part of the original release? And if I remember correctly, did a Halo Infinite launch with its multiplayer first, then single player? Just, that's such a weird thing to see. Like, here, the story you actually want to play, the thing you actually might care about, guess what? We'll put that later. Multiplayer, though, obviously we got milk you bitches for all you're worth. So yeah, Halo Infinite was a disaster. The Halo TV show is a fucking disaster. And I feel like Halo's a dead IP. And I'm not saying that, like, lightly. I'm not trying to say that, sit here and say that I hate Halo. I love Halo. Halo used to be a great fucking franchise. But 343, just like fucking Game Freak and all these other companies like Volition, they seem like they want to put the boot on the neck of their own franchises simply so that they can move on and do something else. It's just frustrating, man. And yeah, outside that, and finally they got, Deathloop, and I guess they're getting Tokyo Jungle sometime next year, and Grounded. That's all they released. This whole year is technically 2 games. And one of them was just a port of a game they put on PS5 because they bought Bethesda they bought Bethesda after this deal was worked out for Deathloop. So now they're like, oh, now it's on Game Pass. Oh yeah, Death Stranding also came to PC Game Pass. Cool. Guess what? I don't see many people playing that game on Xbox Game Pass because Xbox gamers trashed that game for fucking years. And now you telling me they're going to suddenly play it on PC Game Pass because, well, they could play it? No. So with all that said, Xbox has had I'm going to be honest here, a disaster of a year. They have just had this consistent problem of getting shit out. And I feel like this is going to be a problem that lingers around for a little bit longer. Yes, they're going to have games out, and yes, there will be good games eventually. It's just, I'm judging by this year, and this is a pretty mediocre year if you were to ask me, because the fact that they had 1 game release, and technically that game was in early access before the main release, just, with all that said though, guys, this is Not PlayStation Gamer. What do you guys think of Xbox's 2022? Do you agree with me and say that was pretty mediocre? And while yes, they definitely made some good moves in the right places, they also seem like they're just kind of going by the wayside. There's like, oh yeah, just another year at Xbox where we're just kind of waiting for the games to come out. So until next time, this is That PlayStation Gamer signing out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube algorithm BS. Peace out and have a good day.